So I had another question, and it kind of goes along with this, and we talked slightly touched on it on our previous podcast, but it was letting go. I wanted to know
Oh,
your perspective on letting go and how what does that mean to you? Does that mean things going away, things being there, but you just kind of like set it aside? What was the professor he was talking about? You brought
oh,
it up. We'll just get your
sorry.
perspective.
So this professor, in front of all his students, held up a glass of water. Um, and he's just like, "What's the weight of this? The water inside of this cup?" And students would guess like 8 ounces, 6 ounces, 16 ounces, just a bunch of amounts, weighted ounces. Um, anyway, he ends up saying, "Well, the absolute value of the how much this water weighs doesn't matter is as long as I'm holding this, um for I don't know, a few minutes, my arm's not gonna get tired. If it's a few hours, it'll start to get a little tired after maybe like a whole day, start to feel, sore, feel weak. My arm will start to hurt. And then any longer, my arm would just feel really awful and just feel numb and that sort of stuff. And he says, sometimes you just have to put the glass down, and then he just sets it down, and relates that to people, saying sometimes you just need to let go.
Mm, okay. So that's kind of where the question was coming from. And I just wanted your perspective on, letting go in life and what does that look like to you?
It's a very interesting question because I feel like that concept in itself is probably one of the biggest lessons I've had to learn for the past couple of years.
Really? Like just recently?
I would say within end of 2020, 2021.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
this is something that's very it resonates with me a lot and something that um so I'm the type of person that when it comes to relationships and friendships, right? People have been the hardest thing for me to let go. Just because I truly value the time that I've known a person and I truly value experiences and memories that I've made with that person. And so letting go for me, essentially for me, it just means that I need to accept that they played a certain part in my life. That part of my life is over. And I need to let them go if I want to move on in my life. Right. Because like friendships is so hard when you're friends with someone for 10 plus years. You don't want to throw away those memories. You don't want to throw away that bond and that friendship you have. Because then that means that you have to start over with somebody else, right? But I realized that once you let go, greater things will be like replaced by that. Um, I think everybody in your life, everybody that you meet teaches you something, right? They teach you something in your life for a season, or they might be in your life for a lifetime. You never know, right? But you have to understand when someone no longer serves a purpose in your life, when they no longer add value into your life. I think that's what I'm trying to understand when it comes to friendships because I want friends add value to my life because I know that I add value to other people's lives. So I don't know, man. Letting go is a very hard thing to do. Understanding that some things are just not meant for you anymore.
That's true. I always think of it in this kind of manner as, everything's fleeting, in life you only got so many years, you could die tomorrow or die when you're 80 or
Right.
90 or whatever. And so things are here today, gone tomorrow, and you have to enjoy the time and time that you have, either with someone, with something,
Right.
doing something. And when its time comes and you let it go, and you can still enjoy, all those moments, those memories, those people. Um, and you can enjoy that even after leaving, separating, letting go of them. Like those good memories don't have to go away. Those um, that connection that was there didn't, in your memories, it's not all fake. It's not all a
Right.
lie. Like it still happened the way it happened. And you lived the way you lived, and you just enjoy that and accept that. And when something comes to conclusion, you just realize that, it was its time. And like you were saying, when something leaves, something else could fill its place. And the new thing, the next thing, and how that might change you. It's life, and supposedly it's an adventure. So
Right. Right. I mean, just being grateful for every moment, like you said, and
exactly.
realizing that everything is temporary. Right.
Mm.
I could have this podcast today, and I might not see you guys the rest of my life. It could
Oh,
happen.
don't say that.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I'll just look back. Hey, I had a great podcast with
Yeah.
them, but good luck to your rest of your lives.
I used to get really sad after meeting people, like when I was younger, because to me it was like they were dying when they left, because I knew I would never see them again, or that I probably wouldn't see them again. So oftentimes I would say goodbye too many times, or I'd try to be very meaningful in my goodbye, even if it was a complete stranger, because it's like, wow, this person, if I never see or hear from them again, that's almost like them dying.
True.
And hearing about them still could have influence, just like hearing about someone who has perished already can still have influence. So every time someone left, I'd kind of feel this sadness, like, they're not like they're dead to me, but
they were
they
a
could
part
be,
of your life for
and now they're gone,
a
and they can
second.
be dead to me. And that took, oddly enough, that took the longest time to not feel so emotional. When even strangers, like, they would, hi, bye, because then you're like, man, like that was a whole life. That was a whole person, a whole, you think of yourself in them, and you're like, they're off doing whatever, but they're never going to come in contact with me again. Like they died. That was something that growing up, that was the weirdest thing.